one of the things about pain and pain treatment is it isn't instantaneous. There isn't magic dust. There isn't a magic pill that's going to fix the problem. Taking away your pain with narcotics or some other type of quote unquote pain reliever won't necessarily put you into a state where you can use pain as a messenger to help you control and regulate your life and your activities. So it's very important to know whether your pain is a normal messenger pain or the pain's out of control for whatever reason and you need to work on the pain itself or the underlying mechanism that is creating this ongoing pain, such as an inflammatory problem, like an inflammatory arthritis. So people come into the office and they complain of pain, but really they're complaining of suffering. The idea that when you have pain, instead of changing your activity or what you're doing to reduce the pain, you have the pain and you still can't do what you want to do, and you stop doing what you want to do and it doesn't go away. So now you feel like you won't be able to do what you want to do, and so you become a sufferer. And when you're suffering, you need help, because most people who are suffering don't know what to do to stop that. So that's when it's time to come in and have somebody assess the factors that are creating the pain. Mechanical factors, nerve factors, inflammatory factors, nutritional factors. These all go together to create pain, irritation. So if you have a situation where your pain levels are at a normal, regulation, you're not injured, you haven't been doing a lot of things that give you wear and tear, then your pain level will be low or none. But once you start to take and do some injury to the body, whether it be an acute injury such as a big ankle sprain, or a slow injury such as micro trauma that happens through a repetitive motion problem, and all arthritis other than inflammatory arthritis is a repetitive motion injury. So if you have repetitive motion injuries, you get pain when the wear and tear gets out of balance with the body's repair process. If every day you go out and you run a marathon and you wear and tear, that's a lot of wear and tear. There's people that can do this, but they wake up the next day, their repair process has repaired them. So when they wake up the next day, they're recovered, or maybe 2 days later, so they recover. If on the other hand, their wear and tear is up here and the repair process can't get up, then the next day they're really sore. And the next day they're really sore. And the next day they're still really sore. And then if they want to go out and do it again, their pain level is going to go up even higher. So it puts them even more out of balance. So they stop. Hopefully then the pain level will come down. Sometimes it won't, because the nervous system has been stimulated in such a way that it's irritated, or the inhibiting portion of the central nervous system that tells the pain to slow down, you don't have to be so loud, that can get turned off. Once you turn that off, pain comes much louder, much stronger than it needs to be. So you have to take control of the pain irritation, the pain pathology. Then you have to use your pain as your friend and your messenger to direct your activities. Most people tend to do things suddenly. I think I'll go out and clean up the yard. So I haven't done anything for 3 months. I'm gonna go out, spend 4 hours bending and lifting and bending and lifting and doing things my body's not used to. You're probably gonna be sore. And if you're lucky, you don't do something that gets your wear and tear process so far out of whack that it can't get back in balance. Most of the time, if you wait several days and move around a little bit, this will start to get back in balance. But often, especially as you get older, the ability for your repair process to improve and get better goes down. Other things can make it go down. Anti-inflammatory medication, cortisone, takes the repair process down. So when you have these things that you're trying to use to help your repair process and you're putting them down, but your wear and tear is up, you're asking for a problem. A good example is someone that comes in a week before they're going to go on a cruise, and they're going to cruise, do nothing for several days, and then they're going to go walk all over the place. But by Jove, they've been living the last year with severe pain in their knee. So they haven't been walking a lot. They haven't been doing much of anything because their knee is so sore that they've slowed down. But that didn't make the pain slow down. So they obviously are not in balance, wear and tear and repair. Or their nervous system is irritated. When I give them a cortisone shot, I call them vacation shots. You go get a cortisone shot, that takes out the pain pretty much, local irritation. Now you're going to go out and walk all over Venice, wherever it is you're going to, feel good, and sometimes you get away with that because you didn't do too much and then you rested afterwards and it didn't change things too much. But it's easy to lose your pain messenger and have way increased wear and tear. But cortisone and the repair process makes it go down. So now you're way out of balance. So if you keep doing that and doing that and doing that, then when the cortisone starts to wear off, you're so far out of balance, you're going to have a really bad, painful episode. And that's going to keep going unless you do something to put it back in balance. And cortisone doesn't do that. And anti-inflammatories don't do that. And acetaminophen doesn't do that either, but at least it doesn't inhibit the healing process the way cortisone and anti-inflammatories do. They've taken rats, injured them, they always be nice to rats, injure the rat, give them anti-inflammatories or not. The rats that had the anti-inflammatories while they were injured or after they were injured did worse, they healed slower. So the idea that taking an anti-inflammatory is going to help just doesn't make sense. A healing cycle has an initial 2 to 3 days of inflammation. That's what pulls the blood flow in to create a whole amount of factors there, platelets, clots, that pull in stem cells to make a repair. The platelets have growth factors. Once they clot, they burst, they release the growth factors, everything is coming in. Now, unfortunately, when you injure yourself, the healing cycle can get a little bit screwed up because you get a huge amount of blood flow coming in, and if it swells up in the soft tissue, then the soft tissue presses on the veins. And if the veins get compressed, then the blood can't come out of your ankle, for instance. So you're not getting effective blood flow. Blood flow has to go through, in and out. It's coming in, but it's not going out. Well, it's just pooling and swelling, so it's not effective. So it's a good idea to ice when you're injured initially, even though ice slows down the inflammatory process. In this case, it's speeding up the blood flow so that you're going to have a more effective blood flow coming into the injured process at the time when you need repair from stem cells, platelets, growth factors, all kinds of nutrients to come in. So you want more blood flow when you're injured for a while. Then once you've healed this in the sense that you made a repair, the initial repair is a bunch of mixed up scar tissue. It's got protein and collagen, but it doesn't make a strong repair. That's why when you get a cut, they put in sutures. If they take it out too early, it falls apart because that initial repair is coming across but has no strength. After you have the repair made and you've got this tangled up mess of scar, if you gradually, not suddenly, if you gradually put tension across it, the scar will become a strong piece of cartilage or ligament or tendon and won't break. In fact, a scar can be stronger than the original if it is tensed up slowly enough to create strength to come across. Call us today